But the all-women leadership team of Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey is on track to outperform all the guys. In fewer than 4 years, they have created one of the most successful independent spirits companies ever. Part of the recipe for success here is honoring a history that many never heard of. The company is named after Nathan Green, or Uncle Nearest. He was Jack Daniel's teacher, mentor, and first master distiller. There are no pictures of him because he was a slave. Uncle Nearest used the so-called Lincoln County process, taking traditional bourbon and then filtering it through sugar maple charcoal that makes Tennessee whiskey taste like nothing else on the planet. Fawn Weaver now, she's the founder of Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey, and her story is part of our Women's History Month coverage. Fawn, it's so great to see you today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Contessa.
Your whiskey's on pace to become the best-selling African-American owned and founded spirit of all time. What's been your secret?
It has been just authenticity to who we are, to opening up this American whiskey to everyone. It's one of the things we said going into it is we weren't going to have a specific demographic. We were not going to market to any particular person unless you're spending $50 or $60 on a bottle of whiskey. Otherwise, you are that entire target demographic. And I think that we did something that hadn't been tried before, which was to essentially say, listen, what we're making is good enough for everyone. And we want to bring everyone to the table. Everyone comes in. And we've seen a great deal of success, I believe, because of that.
Overall, women make up about 30% of whiskey drinkers. For Uncle Nearest, I'm reading here that your customers are about half women. How do you go about appealing to a wider group of people?
Well, I think that one of the things that we did is we looked at America overall. Our workforce, the Uncle Nearest team, is 50% women. And so is America, by the way. So all we did was build a team that mirrored America and then say, hey, let's go out and let's actually invite all of America into this particular brand. And so women, if you're going to be 50% of America, I want to see you as 50% of those buying in this brand. And so we're excited to see that number. And that number was not nearly as high when we began. We have seen that climbing over the last 3 or 4 years, and I can't wait to see that number keep going up.
I've spent some time reporting in whiskey and bourbon country and sipping it and tasting it and really getting a feel for people who love these spirits. I'm curious, what have you picked up? What lessons have you learned that you might share with other entrepreneurs, women especially, in terms of making your brand a success?
Go with your gut. There are a lot of people that are going to have opinions. And one of the things that I did, and I said from the very beginning, everyone can have an opinion, but I am the person who has to ultimately make the decision as to what we do. And when I think back at all of the advice we were given, and if we had followed that, we would have been like most of the independent brands that come into this industry and they fail. But because we decided to bring it together, a group of people that believed in themselves and really followed their instincts and were just authentic to who they were as people and allowed that to be represented in the brand, what we found is that that was the success.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.